Nooner has arrived. So has Amy Lavere. Don't slap me.
I just did. Hey, Amy. Oh, my God. It's been so long.
We've got a bunch of folks that are coming in. We're going to have a chat. We're going to play some new music. It's all coming up next right up out of the break. Here is your midday news from FSN.
That's 800-890-7021.
Radio Memphis.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back here on this Tuesday. It's the 24th of October for you time travelers out there.
Right. Just in case you need to know.
In case you need to know,
Time travelers.
Well, our people.
Well, yeah,
You know
that
how
tracks.
they are.
That tracks.
There's a bunch of folks in the chat right now and having a big old time.
Yep.
They ought to because we've got a really cool guest here in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, Amy Lavere is here.
Hi.
And friend, you're Johnny Dowd, aren't you?
Yep.
This is my dear friend Johnny Dowd.
Yes, we got your record here. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. I just got it this morning, but I'm looking forward to delving into it.
It's going to be mind-blowing.
Going to be mind-blowing, huh?
I'm here for it.
She likes to have her mind blown.
I do.
I'm excited for you to hear this record.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into something like this.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing that it's happened at all. I'm just so happy that it happened here.
Was it a long process to make this one? Was this one working? Was it in the weeds for a while, or?
Well, should we start from the beginning?
Yeah, if you remember the beginning.
I remember.
He's like, it took so long.
I actually saw Johnny perform in 2008 or 9. It was a very long time ago at an art gallery at 11 p.m. in Buffalo, New York. Just so randomly from a friend we were staying at the same house. And we wandered to go see Johnny. And Johnny was there, and I think the band was you and an organ player. Is that right? That was playing like a Hammond B3 organ with maybe a Moog sampler on top or something. Yeah. And it had this sort of like electronic element and also the earthy Hammond organ. And Johnny's lyrics to me were just so peculiar and dark and wonderful and humorous. And I just was really knocked my socks off. So then I bought the record. At that time, the new release was called Gargon. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And me and drummer Sean Zorn, we had to drive the van back. I don't remember. I think Timmy was with us maybe, and he flew away. So it was just me and Sean in the van driving all the way back from New York.
Oh, wow.
And we listened to the record at least 7 or 8 times on the way home. We were so in love with it. And I managed to get your phone number from somebody, a friend of a friend, to let you know. And then Johnny said, well, give me your address. I'll send you a couple more. And he sent me a box of 12 CDs of different records. And I became a super fan, and we just kept in touch for a while. And then Johnny...
Well, we didn't really... I don't think we kept in touch until...
I still don't keep in touch really well. I don't know.
It was like 15 years later.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, and you and Will were living went to some island.
St. Croix?
Yeah, and you sent me an email and said, reached out.
Oh, just because we've been binging your music again, I think, is what happened.
Something, yeah. And then I emailed because I was like, oh my God, Amy. So then I emailed you back, and that was
And then it was like, we should make a record together or something. And then flash forward to Johnny comes and makes a record in Memphis, and I get the incredible privilege of getting to sing backups on a couple of songs. And,
that's so cool.
And Will and I helped him put the band together here.
I mean, Will put the whole thing together. I mean, I just showed up.
Like, I'm just here.
With the batch of incredible songs. And
but they had the band, they had the studio, they had everything.
He didn't need us to do it, but I just sort of manifested it because I'm a fan.
Yes,
That's how.
When you want something, that's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
You make it happen.
That's how the record happened.
Yeah. So was it recorded?
This record happened.
It wasn't. You're saying you were on St. Croix, right?
Well, no, I think he was just referencing that's when the plan was cracked when Will and I were in the Virgin Islands.
Hiding from the COVID, right?
Yeah.
Staying with some friends there. Yeah. Hiding from the COVID is right.
And then, so where did you record this record then? Was it here?
This was recorded here in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when we reconnected again. When we were during the pandemic, and
right.
And this manifested a year and a half later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took a minute to get all together then.
No, it did. It took a minute. But no, we were only in the studio for what?
3 days, I think.
3 days.
3.5 days.
Well, if you've got it together, it goes much quicker, That's
Yeah, there was a bunch of all these guys were like professional musicians.
Well, that helps.
Then you showed up.
They didn't even, I'd say, do you want to know what key it's in? And everybody's like,
we'll figure it out. We'll follow you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
If you could follow me, have at it. You know?
So was it done? Did you record it like in a live setting then, or was everything tracked?
Pretty much live, and then maybe I think sometimes they would overdub a horn harmony or maybe a solo, but I would say 95% of it was just maybe at the most 2 takes or something. You know? So it was real.
That's a smooth session right there.
It was real quick and real. It's just the easiest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, when you listen to the playbacks and you go, that's it. It's done. Not much left to do.
I didn't even listen to that. It's like Bruce, like the other Bruce and Will, Amy's husband. He was kind of like producer, helper, and then Bruce, the engineer, record guy. They would just decide like that.
That's the take.
They didn't really. Nobody said like, "Do you think this is the take?" They would say, "Well, that's not the take."
That wasn't.
So it was great for me because I.
Yes or no?
Like,
what are we doing here?
Yeah. I was like, you tell me. So
are we doing this again, or are we moving on? Right?
Yeah. And they would decide, and I trusted their judgment.
That's cool.
That's the way to go with it. The record is called "Is This Heaven?" You're having a CD release party for this thing here. Was it this weekend? Right?
Yeah.
Saturday.
Hernando's Hideaway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's a neat spot. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've played it a time or two.
Yes, I have, and it sounds great in there.
Oh yeah.
It really does.
They've got good sound in there.
It's a cozy little spot. I get so confused when people talk about how far away it is.
It's not.
It's
the dumbest thing when people say that. It's like
I've timed it, and from my house, which is right by the Crosstown building, it's 11 minutes there from my house. It takes longer to get here on Poplar from my house.
From Cooper Young, where I live, it's like maybe 15 tops. Tops.
Yeah.
If you catch the traffic right, you're there in no time.
Exactly.
I don't know why people complain about that stuff.
Well, I think
it's like they should try living in a big city.
Right.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. Or go to Austin and it takes 15 minutes
try and figure
to
that
get out of your driveway.
Right. 45 just to get across town.
Left. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let's play a track off of this so we can we can kind of hear what's going on here. Is there a track we should start off with here, Johnny?
It's Heaven Real.
The title track?
Yeah, title track.
Okay, well let's do that. Let's play it and we'll come back and chat some more. How's that?
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right, here it is right here, Radio Memphis.
There's a place beyond the sea where everyone's happy and free. It's a place beyond the grave where all the masters now are slaves. Is it real? You best believe. We say hello, then we leave. I'll see you there, we'll reminisce about all the
That's awesome. That's Johnny Dowd right there at Radio Memphis. Is Heaven Real from the record of the same name? Is Heaven Real? How would I know? Which is it available now? Can people get it now? Yeah, it's out there. And you got a listening party this weekend over at Hernando's Hideaway. Well, you guys are performing there, right? Mm-hmm. Gonna perform the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Performing the record and then some.
There
and
you
it's
go.
a really early show. The doors are at 5, and we play from 6 to 7:30ish or so.
Right on.
Very cool.
Old man friendly is it's
Well,
say.
well, it was the only date that they had, or that we had available, because we were traveling. We're going to play in Nashville on Friday, and then we go and play. No, Nashville Thursday. Friday we're in Mississippi somewhere. We're traveling. It's the only date that they had, and there is some sort of death metal band that's playing there.
You guys would be a great opener for that. Yeah.
Right.
I think they're turning the house, but I think the doors are at 8 for those guys. So we
That's
had
a
to
good palate
squeeze
cleanser.
it in.
That was a little palate cleanser.
Right. Do some soul searching and then bang your head out later. Yeah.
This has such a smooth sound to
does.
it.
It does.
I like I just like the overall vibe of what you're doing here. Did this go to vinyl or is it just straight digital?
No, it's vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's the
Cool.
first. It's the only vinyl I've ever done, so that was part of the whole thing.
Well, yeah, because sometimes music has it all sounds different between disc and vinyl.
Right.
But vinyl becomes, like music is really attracted to certain, certain distribution follows,
Right.
And if it's
This record was made for vinyl. It sounds so good.
Oh, wow.
And we
See-
have a lot of vinyl records at home.
Look
And
at that.
yeah, I love the artwork on
we
there.
were pretty
This is
blown away
awesome.
by how
It's
good
John
it sounded.
Langford,
John Langford?
the Mekons.
Yeah.
That's his.
That's his work.
That's his thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, I love that. It's gorgeous.
So you can only get just the physicals then, is that right?
No, you can buy the.
There is a download of it?
There is downloads. Yeah,
People, don't waste your time with that. Get the damn vinyl, Really got to eat.
that would help.
And the artwork is so cool.
It is. I love that.
So I was surprised. Johnny's a multimedia artist. He's an incredible painter and illustrator, and this is not his work. And I was so surprised. I love it though. Who is the guy that did this?
John Langford.
John Langford. Did you just say that?
Yeah, he
Did
did.
I just
John
space
Langford.
out? What happened to me?
Don't worry, I do it all the
I
time.
had a glitch.
Yeah, it was funny because he's British, obviously.
Yeah, there is
Not
kind of
obvious, but-
there's a middle, medieval British vibe there with that. Yeah.
I sort of thought of the record as
Talk about Yorkshire.
being, it's in Memphis, kind of a gospel blues thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking that end of religion, but him being British, this is what he thinks. It's like for him, gospel music is like Gregorian chants or something, So I thought it was a lot cooler. It was a lot cooler take on it than what I had, I think.
Well, Johnny, you tend to write about American feelings and attitudes and things that we see happening around us. I mean, I wouldn't call it political by any means, but it's more
Right.
kind of more of like a lifestyle thing of what small town versus big city type of vibe is happening. What it's like to be an observer of society in a way. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah. I've tried everything.
Tried everything.
I mean, yeah. I've tried every genre. This is, Actually, after I made this record, it was sort of like, I had to just, because it was a great experience, really lovely people, and it was just great.
Yeah.
Everybody very nice to me, super respectful.
But he's
But
right.
after I did it and went home, I was like, fuck it. I'm done. I don't want to,
I love that.
Nowhere to.
I totally disagree. And Johnny how many records have you made?
It's a bunch.
Just 30, 40, somewhere.
Fuck it, he doesn't know.
He's made 30 or 40 records,
Yeah.
and they're all not all wildly different, but a lot of them are very different.
different.
They're all really different. And Will said of this record, he's like, man, this is probably like his 12th best record.
That's a very welcome.
It's my 12th best. Yeah.
I would have put it 10, but
Yeah, it's better than 13, you know.
Did you do a lot of the art? Because I've seen a lot of your work. Did you do some of
no,
that? art?
I didn't.
On Gargon, you did the art, right? Did you?
No, it's another.
Really?
Just a Dutch guy that I'm friends with. No, I didn't really get into the. I just got into the art thing from touring. I was touring Europe fairly frequently, and you know, you got to have merch. It's like, well, I can't take 5 boxes of cups to sell.
Yeah.
Right.
What's
Yeah.
something that I can take?
Yeah,
So then I just started drawing stuff on sheets of paper.
right.
You could have like 200 of them at the bottom of your suitcase.
Right.
And people are just looking for souvenirs. They're not looking for art or anything like that. I mean, and then I kind of got into it and like maybe I should really
They're
make
great.
an effort at this, not just like go after the almighty dollar on it, you know. So I take it a little more seriously. I take it more seriously in that now I draw it on a piece of paper and then I glue it to a piece of wood.
Right.
Now it's art.
That's some serious business at that point.
That's the difference between like $5 and $20.
Right.
That thin piece of wood that you just stuck in there, some old wood paneling.
Yeah.
It's part of the art, part of the culture of it.
Yeah.
Do you have any designs on taking this album out onto the road then?
Yeah, I'm doing some more stuff with Amy and Will, and then in March I'm doing a tour in Europe.
Oh, that'll be good.
I have somewhat of an audience in Europe. I have not really got much of a thing going in the United States. But
Yeah.
I'm a big fan, but
Well,
outside of Amy.
yeah. Well, no, I got to tell you this. So, so Jim Spake,
Yeah.
brilliant saxophone player from here, is. He was on my porch last night picking up his copy of Johnny Dowd's record.
He's on the record.
He's on the record, and Jim Dickinson, producer Jim Dickinson, was a huge fan of Johnny Dowd and
Yeah.
shared his record with, even Spake said, I remember Jim gave him a record that was called Wrong Side of Memphis that Johnny made.
That's my first.
And he quoted Jim last night. He said, Jim said, I'll never be able to make something like this.
Oh,
He's
really?
a real fan of it. And then another crazy story is when I first met Johnny, when we were up in Rochester, or Buffalo, New York anyway, the first time I met him, I was just dating Will, and I had called to tell him that I had just seen like this incredible show that just really kind of blew my mind. It was such a... Anyway, and he said, oh, I know who that guy is because the artist and songwriter Terry Allen was making a record, and David Byrne was one of his very good friends, and David Byrne gave Terry Allen Johnny Dowd's Wrong Side of Memphis record.
Oh, wow.
So it's just kind of a interesting, like, I'm just saying, for him to say nobody knows who he is, it's like in a avant-garde world of musicians, people know who Johnny Dowd is.
Well, sure.
We got somebody in the chat right now named John Schumacher who wants to know if Ice Pick is a true story. So clearly you're known, and
That is a true story.
okay.
It is?
Oddly enough.
Yeah, it's one of the tunes on this record.
Well,
Yeah.
what was the girl's name that I was playing? Brenda. So if you wanted to play that song, then
Ice Pick?
yeah, Ice Pick is Johnny Dowd with Amy Lavere playing Brenda.
Well, I gotta, that's cool. I gotta hit this break here, and then I'll play it right out of that,
Right on.
and then we'll chat some more. Is that okay? Unless you got to split,
No, I think I'm okay. I just have to
12:27.
pick up somebody from the airport at
What time?
At 1:30.
At
No,
1:30.
yeah,
Oh,
we won't-
that's
we
in an
won't
hour.
keep you.
We'll have you out of here before long. So,
Okay.
yeah, we'll play Ice Pick right up out of this break, and then we'll chat for a little bit longer, and we'll send you on your way.
Great,
Cool.
thank you.
Great on.
Thank you,
All right.
John Schumacher, for that question.
That's a good question,
Yeah, it
John.
is.
All right, it's all next out of the break. Don't run off.
Get plugged into Radio Memphis and social media. Like and follow us on Facebook. Plus, all your favorite shows and personalities have their own pages. We can also be found on Twitter and Instagram. Keep up with the latest happenings from your socially connected station, Radio Memphis.
Hey, this is Dave from The Dave Show, here to talk to you about Outlaw Television. The Outlaw Television Network was built to give independent artists a way to showcase their talent. So if you're a band, a solo artist, a comedian, or maybe you're an independent filmmaker, Outlaw Television wants to see what you got. All you have to do is go to outlawtelevision.com, hit the submit button, and submit your video for consideration on the Outlaw Television Network. So go to outlawtelevision.com and submit your video today.
Do you like ghost stories, dark history, and tales of the paranormal? Then get on one of Historical Haunts Memphis' amazing tours. Either the Haunted Memphis Bus Tour, Haunted Pub Crawl, or Walking Ghost Hunt. Historical Haunts also offers ghost hunts and other paranormal events for spirits of another kind. The Memphis Brew Bus offers a Saturday afternoon experience in the local craft brewing scene for tastings, tours, and brewer chats. More information is available at historicalhauntsmemphis.com. Join us for a spirited night out in Memphis.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit? Doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce? It just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just text CREDIT, C-R-E-D-I-T, to 357-911 right now to get started. That's CREDIT, C-R-E-D-I-T, to 357-911. Auto financing the easy way. Text CREDIT to 357-911.
Attention. This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-854-2074. 800-854-2074. 800-854-2074. That's 800-854-2074.
Radio Memphis.
I fell in love at the age of 11. Could have died before my 12th birthday, 'cause I'd already been to heaven. I can't look at her picture. I can't breathe her name. It's like sticking an ice pick into my brain.
Well, I was drinking a Coke at the local drugstore. The scales fell from my eyes. My heart cried out for more.
I can't look at her picture. I can't breathe her name. It's like sticking an ice pick into my brain. So what? We were young. Does that make it less real? I can't forget the way she made me feel. She's a memory that's gone. I only have eyes for you was our favorite song. came to an end. I was no longer 11.
I was no longer 10.
I can't look at her picture. I can't breathe her name. It's like sticking an ice pick into my brain. So what? We were young. I know that it was real. I'll never ever feel again what she made me feel. We'll meet again before too long. I only have eyes for you was our favorite song.
That's Ice Pick at Radio Memphis here from Johnny Dowd. His brand new record is Heaven Real. How Would I Know?
I love that.
Which is available now. They're going to they're going to perform live this Saturday for an early show at Hernando's Hideaway. That'll be a good time in there. That room will just eat up the sound. It's lovely. Yeah, such a great room.
Yeah, we'll have Krista Lynn Roten on the violin, Sean Zorn on drums, Jim Spick on saxophone, Will and I. Johnny, will you be there?
He's thinking about it.
He might. He might.
Unless something else better comes along, right?
Right. He might roll in.
And I think Alex Green, who's also on this record, is going to come play some organ.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be
Well,
right.
except I could get Will to play me. I think
You can just sit it out.
really good.
He could probably pull it off, I think, Johnny. Amy, real quick, you got any projects yourself you're working on with Will, or are you just doing something by yourself?
Well, I mean, Will's going to be on the record, but I'm recording a new record. I've got 6 songs recorded.
Oh, right.
3 I did at Matt Rossbang's new studio, and 3 I've recorded at Bruce Watson's studio, where this record was made.
Right.
Cool.
And I've got 6 to go, but I'm chipping away on this one, trying to
Taking your time and getting through it.
self-releasing and taking my time. And
Good.
Sweet.
Do you have the song
I don't-
written and just not recorded, or you still got to write it? Oh.
She's not going to give away all our secrets yet. Yeah. Because that answers my next question. When are you thinking about releasing this? But it sounds like sometime in the summer, maybe.
I've got so many half-written songs. I have a deadline to deliver the record. By February.
Oh,
So
that's coming up quick.
It's coming up really quick, but I work really well on a deadline. So, but I'm touring the entire month of November.
Wow.
And I'm really not prolific on the road. I get very tired. I do all the driving. I sell the merch. I'm kind of the everything.
How'd you get stuck with all of that?
Oh, well, that's a good question. But it'll be December. I cram, and I've always done my records like that. I don't sit and write for pleasure.
Really?
No.
You write for business.
I write because I have to. It's the weirdest thing, and I don't. It's a painstaking process that's not really that fun for me. I mean, when you finish the song, it's just it's really exciting, but
right.
So I'll cram, and I will.
You'll do what needs to be done,
but I do. I mean, I don't mean to belittle my work or anything, because I do think I'm constantly starting songs. I have piles of notebooks, and I'm always writing, getting ideas on the road, but actually getting them honed in is the
That's the tricky part.
That's the really tricky part that takes serious concentration and stress.
Well, while you're out there on the road, though, there's probably going to be even more, subjects that'll pop into your head.
Exactly.
You're stopping off at a Waffle House, and somebody behind you is, bitching about something. You go, well, there's a song.
Exactly. And that's how it happens. And then you get home and you have this mountain of stuff, and then you go down these wormholes that don't go anywhere, and then
Right.
It's just such a...
The thing about Amy, though, should I say that? if I was going to give Amy career advice, I think one thing that she, her posts on From the Road are just so, because the road is not, I've toured and it's not really that interesting most of the time.
She finds a way to make them interesting.
I read her posts, I'm like, oh my God. This is so fun. I just got it. Everything's so interesting. And you're at this gig, and there's no one there, but yet there's a picture on the wall with a cocker, And it's like, oh my God, I bet that'd be so fun. But I know, no, that was like 14 hours of driving to a gig that no one showed up at. So that's the actual story, But she can make it just sound amazing.
That's the secret, Johnny. She gets punch drunk about just, highway hypnosis and all sorts of crazy shit comes into mind.
I tell you, I love traveling so much. It's just like, honestly, sometimes the gigs are like the worst part of the whole thing for me.
Like, oh God, we got to stop and play.
Well, that's what I realized. Like reading the post, I was thinking, because I was like, gosh, I really want to tour, and then I was like, no.
No, I don't.
You don't want to tour.
You just want to travel.
Be in Amy's van and travel around and stay in the motel at night. You don't want to really actually do any of the
work.
Music stuff. But my point is,
well,
I feel like anybody could write a song, but not many people can write prose.
Well, thank you. And but I tell you, when I started doing that, I got so much positive feedback from people that follow my page.
No, you get crazy fucking.
But then it became this like snowball for me of pleasure for on the road, because it made me so much more observant, because I would consider the fact that I wanted to share what my day was like. And so all of a sudden I'm looking for things that I never really paid attention to.
That you wouldn't have seen,
I'm noticing street signs. The only thing I still have to get better at is actually taking photographs.
Your photos are horrible. I don't know how you can take such a bad picture with a digital camera. Just keep clicking till you find the good ones.
They're all fuzzy and,
Will be like a gas pump or in the back of Will's butt at a gas pump.
And then all of a sudden a song comes out,
He's not lying. I am so terrible. I'm terrible about remembering to take pictures, too. It's like I just
That's
it's like,
part of it.
I need a photo with this post. Oh, wait, there's Will's butt.
And I'm going to pull a song out of that butt, too. Watch this. It's going to be magical.
Tag me along as your photographer. Put that in
there
your
you
budget.
go. Okay.
Sounds like you have another traveler with your van there.
I'm trying to breeze on my way.
Right.
Well, you're right though about traveling, because it's a blast. You get to see and experience things that you normally wouldn't just sit on your couch.
It's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting, and it is not for everyone, and not everyone really does love it.
No, but you do. You come into it with an open mind, and you're starting to see things that you normally would not have noticed. Exactly. Instead of just doing all the touristy shit, anybody can do that. But you're in a place where all these other people have been for much longer than you, and now you're starting to see things the way they see it, and out comes these wonderful songs. That's
you probably have more of an opportunity to meet locals then that can also tell you a little bit more about the area, because I don't like doing the touristy stuff when I travel. I like to find a local.
I kind of do.
I kind of like that.
Are you a fan of the tourist traps?
I don't usually get to, though. There's really never time for that.
Because you're there for the show and you're moving along.
Yeah, you're there for a day. You're spending half the day driving, eating. I really like to be able to get to a hotel so I can just take a breather before we go to the shows. It doesn't always happen, and it's a grueling experience. That most of your interactions are very brief bursts of quippy things when you're when you pull off to see the world's biggest tomato or get gas.
Okay, well, I would want to see that. I would want to
with the world's largest ball of twine.
I would pull over for that.
Yeah, that's why they
have
exist.
time for maybe that. Not to go to the art museum. Generally speaking,
or with the local watering hole,
we'll find those.
You will find those.
You'll find those.
And you will find the water.
That's worked into.
Or they'll find you. One of the ways.
Yeah.
That'll happen. I know you got to run off to the airport
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
so
and guess who I'm picking up at
Who
the
are you
airport?
who
picking
are you
up?
picking up at the airport?
I'm picking up Mike Buck and his
Wow.
beautiful wife, Eve.
Oh, okay.
And they own Antone's Records in
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah.
They're great musicians. And with them is Speedy Sparks, who was
Wow.
the bass player with the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Yes.
Right.
And they're playing Friday at Hernando's Hideaway.
How about
Wow.
Yeah, so
Mike was the drummer, the original
Yeah.
drummer for the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
yeah, so you should just probably pitch a tent outside of Hernando's Hideaway for the whole weekend.
Right.
What's the
Cool.
That's a good question. I don't know what they're calling
I don't know if
themselves.
they were-
I mean,
and his
you know
wife's
what?
a
I have a
great blues guitar player. His wife played.
Wait, I
like-
just saw it on Facebook a minute ago. Let me see what the invite says. It might be, yeah. There it is. Oh, it just says a fabulous Thunderbird, a Texas tornado, and an exiled Eve walk into a bar. So it's literally Mike Buck, Speedy Sparks, and Eve Monsees.
Cool.
No, nice.
Yeah, I think they're at 7:00 Friday. Yeah, so we're going to pick them up from the airport and take them to their
Sweet.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
And
You know about
yeah,
those?
and then we're gonna.
Sorry.
If you want to try
That damn fly.
Yeah, I'll try to get them in here Thursday to come visit.
That would be great. Yeah, we'd
cool.
love to have them come in.
Yeah, definitely. And y'all got to come and play.
Yeah, they're gonna hang out for a few days. Will and I've been trying to convince all of his Austin friends to move to Memphis. So
Bring them
It's
on
probably not that difficult of a
We've had-
task, really, if
well,
you've been to Austin lately.
We've got an artist, Ray Bonneville. From,
Yeah.
he's been sort of semi-seriously house hunting in Memphis recently.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you
Maybe
want to
our-
play down
the
here.
fabric of the Memphis music scene.
When you
can
guys
get
get
richer and richer.
when you guys get back from your November run, if you've got a little time, maybe in December, come down here and we can do a thing one night,
live
like
show.
7 to 9 or 10, and we'll talk and
Okay, that'd be fun.
play
You
and.
can play some of the new stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
get
Whatever
really,
turns your
really
crank, got a
busy.
full back line down here. We can.
Here's what Amy's trying.
What?
She wants to get all of her friends to buy a plot in the cemetery
yeah.
where she's got
Talk about a
she's
rich
trying to get
fabric.
her friends, so she wants me to. We're going later to look at plots at
So
the cemetery.
yeah, we're actually going to do that
So
because
we would
so
all-
Will and I we played a benefit for Elmwood Cemetery and trade for plots.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they will give away a lot of their
Yeah.
land over there if you just help them out.
Oh, it's really sweet. It's really sweet.
They're
I mean,
really
they're
cool
little
people there.
cremation plots, but I was telling Johnny we were talking. We got really heavy last night talking about end of life things, and I was like you should probably you can get on the tour. You can get on the music tour at Elmwood if you get buried over there. I was like, you could be in our neighborhood. We'll find you a plot right by us.
We have like a little merch stand.
Exactly. We'll put a QR code there on the headstone, and then
I was saying, Will and I, quite seriously, I think, in a funny way, have decided we're probably going to go ahead and put up the, coming soon.
Coming soon.
But I insisted that it was going to say, "Here lies Amy Lavere featuring."
Sold out. Yeah, sold out.
God, which one of y'all are carrying the shovel around in the trunk of your car? That's nuts.
I know.
No.
That's pretty nuts.
But that's awesome, though. I like that.
Keep us in mind when you get back.
Yeah, please do. We would love to
Same
have you
thing,
down
Johnny.
there.
Come in and join the fun.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time.
This has
Come
been
on in and play.
Then that you know where we're at.
Funnest radio thing I ever did.
Well, good.
Sweet.
Good. Yeah, you
Glad
get
you could
to
make
talk
it
dirty
out.
and have all sorts of fun over here, Johnny. We we don't hold anything back.
Did I have to get bleeped?
No, not at all.
No, fuck it. This is the internet.
radios. You don't have to.
Yeah, we have no FCC breathing. down our
I don't
neck.
think that any of our audience is going to be offended.
Go ahead right now. You guys.
You put him on the spot. He won't do it. Yeah. Well, before we split, then let's play one more track, if you don't mind,
Sure.
from the record.
Johnny, you
Which
got-
one?
What's that kind of funny one?
There's a funny one.
Oh,
LSD.
LSD.
That's what you said. Funny, and I went right to it. The brand new record is "This Heaven" from Johnny Dowd, featuring Amy Lavere and a bunch of other people. Guys, thank you so much for popping in.
This was awesome. It was great seeing
Thank
you
you.
again.
Great to see you again too.
Yeah, let's do a thing. Yeah, it'd be great to have you guys playing here, and we'll do.
Sure. Yeah, this is great. I'm so glad to know about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please come anytime.
Your husband's down here, so he's been down here. He just held out on you.
He totally did.
Trying to keep secrets.
that it is.
He's just busy.
Good luck out on the road. Good luck with the record. And this Saturday at Hernandez Highway, starting at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Come out and see the show.
Doors at 5. Showtime promptly 6 to 7:30.
There you go. It's an hour and a half.
It's an hour and a half.
It'll be a fun time.
It will be fun.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And here it is, LSD from Johnny Dowd right here at Radio Memphis.
Mind back in 63. Psychedelics made a man of me. I saw some things I can't unsee when I was tripping on LSD. When I was tripping on LSD. I hope on this we can all agree we're all just apples on a tree. I fought Custer and Robert E. Lee when I was tripping on LSD. When I was tripping on LSD. Sometimes the mind gets so confused. Sometimes the mind is what you need to lose. I realized that back in 63